What is up, everybody? It is your boy 𝗏𝗏 back with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached that time. The NBA season is officially here. You've seen the title, and without further more, let's get to it. The Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets had one hell of an offseason, probably one of the biggest this year. I mean, the cap space that this organization had to sign multiple players, including the draft picks that they acquired, also says a lot on what they're trying to build. Last season, the Houston Rockets were a mess. They had a very young core. Their chemistry was awful. They could not get along with their head coach at the time, Stephen Silas. I really felt bad for Stephen Silas during his time in Houston, because here you have a black assistant coach who finally gets a chance at a head coaching job, and from when he gets there, it's just been conflict after conflict. In the beginning, it was the Harden situation back in 2021. Then Christian Wood gets injured. They let go of DeMarcus Cousins, who they had for a little bit. They acquire Oladipo. Then he's once again traded. John Wall is told not to play anymore. And so, of course, a black man is in that position. And let me set the record straight. I'm not trying to make it a race thing at all. But this is exactly how most of our black coaches end up in the league. And it's really sad. And them young cats in Houston really didn't see that. Eric Gordon, who was their vet not too long ago, I remember he even said how there was no improvement with those guys whatsoever. I remember John Wall even saying it's crazy how some things those guys got away with compared to his first couple years in the league. And so to me, it just sounded like those group of guys weren't taking anything serious, but they're still very much young, so it will take some time. But I honestly felt bad for Stephen Silas to be in the league for so long, picking up where his father left off, who was also head coach in the NBA for quite some time. Paul Silas, God rest his soul. Then hearing how his father passed away, it was just nothing but drama and failure with his time in Houston. This was also a reason why I hated the fact that Ime Udoka took this job. I also remember during his introduction, only one player from the team came to support, and that was Kevin Porter Jr. And he's not even a part of the Houston Rockets anymore. Like, what does that say about your team? But I digress. The addition of Dillon Brooks and Fred VanVleet were really big for Houston, but I really didn't agree with the fact that Fred VanVleet signed with them, only because I felt like they were already a team with too many guards. But I'm sure with the great coaching of Ime Udoka, he can make the right adjustments, including rotations. They also added another veteran in Jeff Green, who also signed with them this offseason. The man just won an NBA championship with Denver, so that says a lot. Jabari Smith Jr. looks like he's improving compared to last year, and as I remembered, he played absolutely phenomenal in the Summer League. Jalen Green looks like he's getting better. So based on what I've seen, it looks like their young core is maturing, working on their game. So I hope to see big improvements from the Houston Rockets this year, and I hope to see them compete as well. The Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers have done some fine work during this offseason in picking up guys like Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes, Taurean Prince, Gabe Vincent, and Christian Wood. I personally think the roster that they have right now will make them even better compared to last year's roster. Darvin Ham will have the ability to rotate a lot of guys with the depth that they have, playing guys in different positions. Now, I can't say much only because I have no idea how far do I think they will go. But if they can make it back to the Western Conference Finals and once again compete to make it back to the NBA Finals, I wouldn't know whether to be shocked or not. In all honesty, though, what really matters is, can Anthony Davis stay healthy? LeBron is clearly getting older. He's trying to give AD the message and say, this is your team. We're going to need you to play at least 65 plus games. Can you do it? The pressure is going to remain on him and, of course, on LeBron, including the Los Angeles Lakers as a whole. So we'll see how good they can be this season. The Golden State Warriors. I don't think I can ever leave the Golden State Warriors out due to them being such a great basketball team. And with the addition of Chris Paul makes them even more interesting in my opinion. At first, I didn't agree in trading Jordan Poole because of how young he was, but we already know what transpired with him and Draymond Green, obviously, and last year with his performance in the playoffs and how much the team was disappointed with him. You can see it in his body language. The Warriors are clearly not rebuilding. They're still in their win now mentality. And yes, I still see them as championship contenders. Steve Kerr mentioned how they practically have 6 starters, and I gotta tell you, I personally think Chris Paul should indeed be in that starting lineup. He's nicknamed Point Guard for a reason. Now you have that decision to either bench Wiggins or Draymond Green. With Klay Thompson is a little tricky, but if you're going to have Steph on the floor, then you gotta have Klay Thompson also. Most likely, I think Steve Kerr will rotate each rotation each night or whatever he thinks will work for him and the team. If any one of those players are willing to take a step back to the bench, and I have a pretty good feeling it may be Andrew Wiggins. He will probably be able to play a role in what 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 was playing when he got to Golden State. That's something to see there. And whether it is or isn't, I refuse to count the Golden State Warriors out. The Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics have revamped their roster with the addition of Kristaps Porzingis and Jrue Holiday. Obviously, with the Boston's new addition, it makes them even better. Although the loss of Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, and Malcolm Brogdon may have taken a little toll on them, including last year being a failure due to what transpired in the Eastern Conference Finals against Miami. Now, although they came back from a 0-3 deficit, they still managed to lose that series. Shockingly. What was expected from Boston last year better be more meaningful this year. And what I mean by that is getting back to the NBA Finals. And with their new additions to their core, I'm expecting Boston to once again make a push for an NBA championship. The Milwaukee Bucks. Boy, did Damian Lillard get his wish. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Giannis and Damian Lillard. Oh man, I can't wait till this season starts. I can't wait to see how these brothers are going to play, you feel me? Damian Lillard stated he's never been this open. Well, clearly, Dame, you don't have much to carry on your shoulders anymore, my brother. You are now Greek Freak's partner in crime. The loss of Jrue Holiday clearly took some of a toll defensively on the guard position. I get that. We get that. But Jrue Holiday ain't no Damian Lillard, okay? Jrue Holiday ain't no Damian Lillard. And I'm sure on the defensive end, they'll be just fine with the rest of the core that they have on their team. Obviously, Milwaukee's a contender in the Eastern Conference. And let me tell you something right now. I am marking my calendar for each time this team will face the Boston Celtics. That has to be the Eastern Conference matchup. Period. I don't want to hear nothing about injuries. I don't want to hear nothing about a team like Miami or Philly beating one of these guys to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I ain't trying to hear none of that. When you take a look at the East and you see the level of competition that they have there, and without a doubt in my mind, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics will be the top two teams in the Eastern Conference. And I'm praying that this season and head into the playoffs that there are absolutely no mishaps for these two teams not to match up in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm hoping to see the Milwaukee Bucks play with more of a sense of urgency now that Damian Lillard is in town.
I mean, saying it respectfully, I don't know how teams are going to guard us.
Last but not least, the Phoenix Suns. Whew. I'm sure y'all been waiting to hear me share my thoughts about this move. Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. Ladies and gentlemen, these are arguably the three most unguardable players that the league has ever seen. I mean, how long or has it been to see three guys like that on one team who can each give you 40? Not just 30, but 40. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a damn if the Denver Nuggets are the defending champs. I am picking the Phoenix Suns to make it to the NBA Finals. Let me repeat. I am picking the Phoenix Suns to make it to the 2024 NBA Finals. Period. They completely revamped their roster, adding guys like Jusuf Nurkic, Eric Gordon, Bol Watanabe. Talk about stretch and shooting. Oh, and let me mention this before I forget. I'm really glad Phoenix gave in and let go of DeAndre Ayton's sorry ass. No, for real. And although he's young, don't get me wrong, this brother can play now. But based on his demeanor, and how he approached the team with his issues with Monty Williams, although he's no longer the coach of the Phoenix Suns anymore, and especially how horrible and soft he played in last year's playoffs, the Phoenix front office took all of that in and said, no, this brother ain't serious. We want to win now. And if you want to continue to keep playing games with us, then we are no longer keeping you. By the new look Phoenix Suns and how I witnessed these guys play together during the preseason, and how each of those three brothers right there going for 20 and under no less than just 12 minutes tells me why I'm sticking with them to go to the NBA Finals. And may I remind you, when you have three efficient scorers like Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, there is no stopping this team offensively. You can guard Bradley Beal however you want to. You can guard Devin Booker however you want to. You can guard KD however you want to. But if you give him a mismatch and you leave two or even one of those guys open, I don't think I have to explain more. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe. I am working on being more consistent with my videos and uploading more. Pretty soon, I plan on making a TikTok account as well in order for you guys to get small snippets of my videos if you haven't caught on YouTube yet. If you have me on my other social media sites from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, I will now be posting on TikTok as well. Don't forget to also leave a comment down in the comment section below. Till next time, Jono out.
Solid, get up, Willis.